Yes, once again, we are live with the Reentry Connect podcast. Yes, from prison to success. Here with my good brother Nick Lozano. Yes, he will share his story of how he came from prison and wound up starting a business. I'm just so amazed how so many people that are coming on to the Reentry Connect podcast and sharing their success after prison. This really gives people hope. It gives people inspiration. It gives people, the joy to know that they could probably do it too. Anybody can do it. If we did it, you can do it as well. So without further ado, if you guys can like, share, subscribe. Again, it's your host, Keenan Hudson. And if you guys can just literally just give Mr. Nick Lozano your undivided attention. We really appreciate you being on here, Mr. Nick. So if you could go ahead and just give a brief little introduction, because I know you from all the way over in Oklahoma. And I'm telling you, man, your story is powerful. And many people go through similar things. And some don't come out as successful. Some don't come out as, of a good service as most people do. So if you can go ahead and give your introduction and share with the people of who you are and what you represent.
Yeah, absolutely. Kenan, I really, really am so appreciative just having me on here and so quick, right?
Yeah.
So definitely excited about being on here, and also just for the future relationship that you and I are going to have. Hopefully at least one of your viewers, right? Just want to impact, just looking to impact one person. But so yeah, my name's Nick Lozano from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. It has been almost 14 years since I've gotten home from prison. I went in.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I went in 2005, and boy, from 2000 to 2005, I am so happy that I did go to prison. Right, it saved me saved me in so many areas of my life. So went in the summer of 2005, and then what came out the summer of 2010. What I did have is, so I was 85%. I don't know about the laws over there, but 85% in Oklahoma.
So quick question, Mr. Nick. So if you don't mind forming and starting almost where your upbringing was, what actually led, what type of events occurred?
You already know, right? It's not only in Philadelphia and the West Coast. It was here in Oklahoma City, and it was live. So just the gang life. My dad wasn't so much, even though he was home every day, he still wasn't much in my life. Found more love in the streets, right? You get the love, you get the respect. Obviously, the respect you have to earn, but you get that love, and especially from older homeboys from your hood, and you to a youngster growing up, just receiving that love. You'll do anything for them, ride or die. From that progressed. Whenever I was 18, I would say, 18, I really got in the hustling, you could say.
Okay, cool.
and I just kept progressing up the ladder, right, in the hustle scene, in the movement. Obviously, Oklahoma's closer to Mexico, so it's kind of that way, right?
Gotcha.
Again, I don't know, I don't know what on the podcast, but and to the viewers, and to the viewers that can at least hear my words, that you understand what I'm talking about. So I just kept on progressing, going up the ladder in that movement. 2004, there's a lot of people just mad at me. Haters are gonna hate. Ended up catching a case, and they really wanted me, so I had to go turn myself in and do some time.
Gotcha. And how much time did you do exactly? And what did you do differently that prepared yourself to return to society?
So I did 5 years. I did 59 and a half months. I came home with 12 years probation, and that 12 years probation that was 85% as well. And so, like, if anything would have happened, it would have been the 85% of that time. One thing that I saw a lot happening. I was at this yard for 26 months, and I would see individuals leave, go home, catch a case, go to county, go to register, and then get sitting back to the same yard.
Wow.
So I just made my mind up. My kids, they were living with their mom and a man that I didn't know. So that was heavy on my heart, right? I just made my mind up that I was not going to come back.
Wow.
I just wasn't going to be like, I made that decision that I was going to do everything that I could do, even if I had to suffer and sweep floors for the rest of my life. I was not going to be away from my kids, away from my home.
Wow, gotcha. And quick thing before I ask you the next question, somebody dropped something in the chat. Mr. Alex Lopez said, "Bless y'all. I also was in prison, and the Lord also took me out of prison. God was with me, and He never forsook me. And today I can see His hand all over my life. God bless you so much. I appreciate that, Angel. Yes, indeed, and that's what we, that's what we do it for, man. And do it for people that's been in this situation. Brings back memories, of how far we've come, So if you could continue. So when you started to transition out and outside, you told me that you wanted to start and venture into the entrepreneurship of things. Now here it was, you was already a street hustler, so you was getting plenty of money and things like that. So you already had the hustler's mentality. So now you're telling me that you flipped it, you flipped the script. So versus doing something illegal, you turned around and made it a legit company.
Yeah.
How did you get into that space once you came out? Was it easy? Did you have to take your time? How did it come within the time that you had?
Good question. And just real quick, responding back to Angel, Angel, thanks for that comment. You've already won. Yeah. You have the Lord by your side, and not only do you have the Lord by your side, but it seems to me that you're out of prison and you still have the Lord by your side. So you've already won. Whatever you can think, go get it. So back to your question. And I was gonna say that, like, I wasn't concerned whenever I was inside what I was gonna do. Okay. It didn't scare me, even though the charges I have, right? I wasn't worried. I was not gonna let that slow me down. So one thing about me is that when opportunity comes, I jump at it. Sometimes it bites me in the butt, but what if it pays? And so I had an opportunity the second year that I was out back in 2012 to move to Dallas and do some, like, it would be like furniture manufacturing. Like I would be delivering furniture for a high-end, like a French line manufacturer. Okay. So that got me down to Dallas. He was a friend, and working for friends and friends don't really mix too well.
Yeah.
So that didn't last too long, but I did learn furniture. Okay. I did learn high-end customers and how to speak with them, what they don't like. Wow. So I learned this, and so I ended up not working out with my friend. So I went to another furniture company. Okay. One day, this Hispanic got there to pick up some furniture, and he said, "Yeah, I rent a truck, and me and my wife we go move things and make $500 a day." What?
Ding dong! Something
you can't tell me that, right? Because my mind's already moving. So, so what I did is I am very fortunate. My mom has been supportive with me since my release, or even during my incarceration. Um, so I ended up reaching out to my mom, asked her for a loan, and told her, I said, I have to get in this moving.
Mm.
I had my two boys with me living in Dallas. I was a single dad.
Mhm.
No family. I had some church family from Dallas, but that's not some family where I can go in and sit on their couch type of thing.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I was over there in Dallas with no family, and just really just hustling, doing everything that I possibly could in the moving
Mhm.
industry.
Mm. Wow.
It
So,
was
so you came out, even though there were some struggles at the beginning of your journey. You encountered some people that were doing some type of entrepreneurship. It gave you the courage to say, "Hey, if this person did it, why can't I?"
mm,
So you stepped out on faith. You had the support. You had a little support. You say you asked your mother for a loan. Now that was just a little edgeway to get you over that hump, because
mm,
obviously you didn't have enough money for that business startup. So you had
yes,
that support. You also had your kids, which were a blessing, but at the same time, you have to feed them too. You have to clothe them too. You have to make sure they have a roof over their head. So it was a lot of you was being pulled in so many different ways.
mm,
You see what I'm saying? And it's just
yes.
common amongst people, but you never gave up. You came up with a plan. So I want you to continue. You
That
started, so you went into the moving business.
yes. That's it. Like, I was pulled everywhere. And that's where I was going. Like, so it got to the point where I was so busy in Dallas where I would leave for the day without my kids waking up for school. And I would come home and my kids would already be asleep for the night. And I just wasn't going to live like that. God's always moving.
Mhm.
It ended up where I came to Oklahoma during the spring for my brother's graduation.
Mhm.
Met up with, reconnected with my now wife, and that weekend. And so her and I, we talked about 4 months after we had met back up. My lease was up in Dallas. It was too much for me and the kids, so we came to Oklahoma, came back
Mhm.
home. Um, I was kind of scared because coming back home, right? I
Mhm.
know everything that's going on. Even though I'm not in that situation or that environment and thinking about it, it's still there, right?
Mhm.
Um, and then I was thinking, well, what am I going to do? So I ended up bringing my equipment with me back to Oklahoma. Didn't really think that it was going to kick off. And man, we did a couple of moves, and the way we did it, word
Mhm.
just spread
Yeah.
like wildfire. Yeah. So as soon
Absolutely.
as we got back to Oklahoma, business really it skyrocketed.
Wow. Wow. So it just took off. So at
Yes.
that moment, everything that you've been hoping for, you've been dreaming for, everything that you've been, talking about, the little experiences that you've had in the past, all of it wound up paying off from your
Mhm.
business taking off the way it did.
Absolutely. And I don't want to sit here like I'm somewhere, right? Because my struggles were real.
Oh
my
yeah. Uh-huh.
my struggles were real. I knew, and this is what I talked to my wife about. I knew that I was not able to, or that I was going to have challenges going applying for jobs. I knew that I would have challenges on getting an apartment. Like, I knew these things, but I didn't focus on them. I
Wow.
put them to the side,
Aside.
and I kept on going because I know that I'm not going to prison. I know that I have my kids. I know what I need to do. So I mean, for a little bit, I worked two jobs. I
Yeah.
I was I was how do you say it? Laying brick, masonry work.
Mhm.
No joke, man. Respect to my people out there.
Yeah, tough work.
Yeah, but and getting off work and going doing another job. So like I did really put the work in, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to connect with you and want to connect with many others with the same background as I have, because I know the struggles.
Mm.
And I want to say something to someone that's watching,
Uh-huh.
because although I still live here from where I grew up at, and although I still know the same people, no one talks to me about prison.
Mm.
No one does.
Wow.
It does not even come around.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I want to encourage someone
Yeah.
that's going through it,
Mhm.
that might be having that job that's paying low, and that you're just making it. Man,
Mhm.
just stay with it.
Stay with it.
Do not lose courage. I hope to be some inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's very profound that you say that. And the reason why is because most people that come out of prison, yes, a lot of us will have all these different types of goals and types of aspirations, for when we do get out. However, when they do think of the entrepreneur field, they don't understand that entrepreneurship is not easy.
No.
Entrepreneurship comes in time. You got to have your business set up. You got to have a little plan going on. On top of that, you got to have your firm foundation in order first. Again, your living quarters. You better have something that's sustaining you while your business is growing.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by sustaining you, at least having your employment down.
Yes.
So again, certain things will come over time, because you got to remember, businesses, these big businesses, small businesses struggle too.
Yes. 100%.
Entrepreneurs struggle too. You may think, okay, I hit $1 million in sales this year, but that money is not going in your pocket. You got to put it back into the business. Yes, you can live off the business, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, okay, all the revenue that comes in, the gross, whatever the case may be, that does not mean you're able to just spend that money freely.
Right.
And I tell people that all the time. And just because, I pop a business funding, they gave me a credit card, they gave me 10,000 limit. Well, yeah, once you spend on that credit card, you still owe that money back.
Mm-hmm.
But people don't tell you that in. So there's a lot that go entwined with that. So I won't take off. I want to read some of these comments off to you if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Nick. All right, you got Bayak. He says it starts when you make that personal commitment to yourself. Then you move in a manner that
dictates.
Excuse me. No, I can the screen. Yeah, dictates the truth and set the tone wherever you roam. Everybody see. He said here, but most importantly, feel your truth, be the real, the love of life. He said, shine your light. We appreciate that, Bayak. Celia, she said, silly. She said, yeah, amen to that comment. Then we got right here, Mr. D. Nice. He says, important to use your struggles as fuel to reach your success. The struggle is real, but it keeps you motivated. Absolutely. That's very powerful. Do you want to expound anything right there?
Can I mention something right there?
Sure.
Go back to his first comment or her first comment.
Which one?
The second to the last. No, the second to the last.
This one?
Right there. So it's important to use your struggles as fuel to reach your success. That's 100%. My wife is an entrepreneur. So I tell myself I'd love to fail. I love my struggles. I love going through the mud because when I come out, and I'm going to come out of it, I'm strong. So when we're in the struggle, don't give up. That's the time to be like, you know what? I need to learn something from this. I need to learn something from this. That way I don't have to do this no more.
Yes, indeed. And I always tell people this all the time. Rock bottom is going to teach you lessons that the mountaintop will not.
For
Because
sure.
when you go through that struggle, it's teaching you perseverance. When you go through that struggle, it's teaching you endurance. When you go through that struggle, it's teaching you how to manage. It's teaching you how to manage time. It's teaching you how to manage money. And it's teaching you how to manage people. See, because a lot of people, especially coming out of prison, a lot of times we're so caught up in the environment and the culture shock that we're in that we forget that normal people in society aren't used to that environment. So our whole demeanor has to change. Our whole character has to adjust to what goes on as considered as the society's norm.
You have to.
So you have to. And these are the type of things that comes in time. There's been some times where I've been to some leaderships and I had to go through some spurts, man, that really hurt. You know, people calling me the HR because I didn't know how to control my demeanor, in which I was used to on a different scale. Because of the hostility that I was around, because of the type of environments that I was around. Well, guess what? It's a culture shock when you come out to this world. That culture that we once lived in there is not the same out here. So here it is. You got to reframe your thinking once again. Now, some of the thought processing that you had as far as your entrepreneurship, the things you want to do when you get out, you want to buy a house, those type of things are good. Those are common thoughts. That's cool. But remember, your character is going to speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying? So, and that was huge right there. I'm sorry about that. But I have some more comments here. But if you want to go ahead and keep going with your story, I'm sorry.
No.
This is great. Mm-hmm.
So you had mentioned something just a few moments ago, but like one thing that I do, like let's just say, because I do meet with individuals who are coming out, and they get mad at me when I talk, because I tell them, I suggest to them, like, you know, you're first coming out, don't worry about a relationship. That's the hardest thing.
Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, right? But literally, people might not think I'm lying. But it literally, when I first came home, my mind was so focused on re-entering correctly, it took me 2 years to even start dating.
Wow.
I wasn't even worried about a woman. I wasn't worried. And mind you, my first job, I tell people all the time, was at a daycare. So you had teachers there, you know, good-looking teachers too, big butts, and you know, so I was caught up like that, but I stayed focused. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Continue. But I knew, absolutely, I knew it was going to knock me off my focus. But continue.
So no, but I think that's the biggest thing, right? Because we as men, prison will knock out all of our confidence out.
Yeah.
We've been living the last 5, 10, 15 years dressing the same.
Yeah.
We don't have our confidence up, right? But so we think that we need a female, but when we get a female, then our relationship, we have to take them to eat. We have to wine and dine them. Well, I don't even have my own car yet.
Money. That's it.
So that one thing that and again, they might be mad at me when I say this, but don't expect to make no money this year. For this first full year, you're going to work your butt off. You're going to work. You might have 2 jobs, but don't expect to make money this year. Get caught up, get your birth certificate, get your license, get your pay some fees and dues off. Yes. But so that's one thing. That's why I have a burning passion about this, because we didn't learn how to manage money. We didn't learn I just got $100 for the day. Let me put 20 here. We didn't learn that, so we spend.
Exactly.
So I think having a relationship the first year, I think like that's one, and we're talking success.
Exactly.
My type of success compared to yourself's success or any of the other viewers is different, right? But I'm talking success, like you building a company where you don't have to work it. You have everyone else working it. Because I knew, as a matter of fact, that I could not go sit in front of the men and ask for a job.
Wow.
I went to an IHOP.
Yeah,
Do you guys have IHOPs over there?
Yeah.
So I went to an IHOP after working an IHOP when I was at the work center, knew the menu, right? Went to one over here. The guy told me straight up, no.
Wow.
So I knew, and this is for any one of you guys out there, I knew that I was going to struggle with finding employment. So I want to do something else. I know that I want to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know that this man has what he has on me. So I just have to go to the other side and do my own work.
That's it.
And so what I've learned, that's what you had said, what I want to touch on. Your demeanor, the way that you carry yourself. I want to speak to you young man and you young lady, get your chin up. 45-degree angle, get your chin up. Walk with your shoulders out. Because if we do that, I go to 7-Elevens, my chin's up because I'm confident. I don't, that's what I'm passionate about, because it doesn't matter our past. The world, the market does not care about your past. The market cares about what you can serve.
There you go.
So, but your demeanor, the way that you think, the way that you talk, the way that you express yourself. When you shake someone's hand, give them a firm handshake.
There you go. Yeah, you make it. Yeah, you make a powerful statement there of when you said the credentials that people need. When you're talking about the credentials that you need when you come out, like there's no way you cannot have those credentials and expect to have a firm foundation. Like when people say, "Oh, I don't have my social security card," that's being irresponsible. I don't have my birth certificate. That's being irresponsible. Oh, I don't have my ID. I lost it somewhere. That's being irresponsible. How are you misplacing your wallet? How are you traveling around without identification? And then when you do get stopped or you do get pulled over, you have a reason for them to suspect something of you or suspect some suspicion.
Yes.
So, and even telling back to, like you say, with relationships are good in its timing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Don't think, automatically, because most men, you know how men think, we come out of prison, I gotta get some coochie right away.
Right.
I gotta do this. You're not knowing that things can happen. You don't know what a person's carrying. You so quick to think with whatever else, instead of thinking with your mind, that you get into some things. And then you get into some things that you start regretting later on. Next thing you know, you got a child on the way. Child on the way that you can't even afford. You can barely afford to keep a roof over your head. You can barely afford to feed yourself. So these are the type of perspectives and views that people should be analyzing. You should really thoroughly analyze what you're about to get yourself into. Because once you dig yourself into a certain hole, into that certain ditch, it's going to be hard to recoup. Like I've had people on the shows that actually lived life even before they were incarcerated. They lived 30, 40 years out here. But after they spent that little time in prison, it was hard to recoup to normal day life because they lost everything.
Yes.
You've lost material. You've lost cars. You've lost the properties that you own. You've lost, the house you used to live in. You've lost things. And to obtain those things, people obtain those type of things over time.
Yes.
See, we live in a microwavable world today, which is not good because people just want everything right now. Oh, I want everything right now. I don't care. I don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how things are built.
It's really not, like, just with that right there. If it's like if you and I took a tree leaf and some salt and mix something up, and we said that 14 days you can lose 37 pounds, we'd be millionaires.
I'm telling you.
Because no one wants to put the work in.
Nobody.
And so this is the thing. That's why it's from prison to success. From prison to success, if you want it.
If you want it. Because yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say go ahead. I'll let you go.
So I mean that's the thing, right? Because if a person wants it, person's gonna keep on and keep on,
no matter what.
Just like the lion behind you, and keep on and keep on until that comes to them.
And that's what it is.
Because you got to put in the work, and that's one thing about our whole society, right? In America, is like nothing. Successful people, right? Successful people know that you can get nothing. You can get something for nothing, or you can't get something for nothing. You have to put the work in.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we as a society, we expect something from nothing, and we can't live like that. We have to put in the work if you want the success.
Yeah. And people again, and people always just want things just handed to them. People are so pacified, as you know, and I don't want to blame it on the new generation, but it seems like after that 90s, the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s era, but the ones that were born in the 90s and up, it seemed like everything just changed. Like it changed so drastically. It's like it's just gimme. Yeah. I want, but don't want to put the work in. See, people don't understand that when I came home for the first 4 or 5 years, I had to work, home, sleep every day.
Yes.
Because I didn't rely on nobody to pay my bills. I didn't rely on nobody to take me to work. I didn't rely on nobody to give me the next meal.
You found a way.
That's it. Found a way.
Yes.
And I didn't stop. I kept going. I kept experiencing other things that were going on in life. I started learning things, started getting on YouTube, started seeing things, and then from a lot of the education and a lot of the skills that I acquired when I was incarcerated, I was able to apply out here in the world. As I mentioned before to some other people, I said one of the skills that I required was music.
Yeah.
Not only did I learn the music, but I studied it to a T. To the point where I can read it, I can write it, I can play by ear. Now I just play by ear. I don't read, even though I can read it, but I just play by ear. Like whenever I hear it, I'll play it.
Nice.
But that came with time of studying, over 10,000 hours worth of putting in practice. People will tell you, people that was down, I cut cable off and everything. I was running my scales. Yeah. Understanding it, just learning. But again, I had to take the time out to sacrifice. That I knew that one day it was going to come a time where I was going to have to utilize my giftings. I was going to have to utilize my giftings to put food in my mouth. I was going to have to utilize my giftings to keep a roof over my head. I was going to have to utilize a gift to bring that extra stream of income. But it's only, like you said, you have to be willing, able, and ready to apply yourself. If you're not willing, able, and ready to apply yourself, none of it's going to matter. And you're going to find yourself in the same predicament over and over.
Same thing. We go back to the same hood. We go back to the same friends. We go back to the same girls. We go back everything, right? Whatever got me in there, that's what I know I'm going to go there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because it's comfortable. Let's read this right here. What's it say?
Okay. It says it's really about doing what we never thought we would ever be doing in life, capitalizing off of every opportunity that's placed before us today with and for the love of life.
So it's really about doing what we never thought we would be doing in life. Man.
Yeah.
So I've been able to become a homeowner. I've been able to. Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's all right.
I've been able to become. I've been able to sit at dinner tables with meetings with business owners. One business owner doing 20 million a year, one doing 17 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I've been able to do this because I chose to, no matter what comes my way, like I want to become successful. I want that. So I'm gonna persevere, just like you have right there behind you.
Yeah.
Persevere brings success.
So yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Here, even though my boss is mad at me, even though I had a flat tire today, hell, I'm gonna get off the car and go change it. I got to do whatever it takes. But I was feeling in my spirit a few moments ago that, going back to the first year out, right? Like, we have to understand that if we don't want to go back to prison, we have to understand I'm an adult now. I have to get my life together. I need to work 2 jobs my first 18 months. I'm not going to go out. Sure, I'll go have a fun time, but I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to be in the club. I'm not going to be in the hood. I'm going to be right here. And if I have any time at all, I'm going to read. Because I definitely want to at least mention this. But so that first year, and I know that you want that compassion, right, from the opposite sex. I know you want that because it's been so long. But how much better would it feel? How much better would it feel if you were at the mall and you went over there and talked to some nice lady, knowing that you have 2 vehicles, knowing that you have either a rent house or your own house, knowing that you got employment. Like, just because I sacrificed that year or that first 18 months, now look what I can do.
That's it.
My wife is over here. I think
and the crazy thing is, it's crazy you say that, because when you look at that sacrifice, for like you say, that first year, because that's how I was sacrificing a lot. Like, I was saving, I was trying to manage, got my first little credit card. I was trying to, work things out. So when a lot of those, I'm just keeping it blunt, because we men, those a lot of men on here, a lot of them times when I used to get those urges, like, dang, it's a lot of bad women out here and stuff like that. I just keep it real with you. I spank my monkey and call it a day. And that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. That'll be it. Like, yo, look, you just did all that time and you did your business, wherever, when you sell, you left out to sell, whatever. You did your business. The same thing out here. You got to stay in that mindset, like, all right, listen, because that type of stuff, when you go down that road, it can definitely throw you off course. Because like you said, here it is, you're going out on dates. You got to please them. You want to buy flowers. You want to buy this. And you see it's burning a hole in your pocket because you only make it $7.25 at McDonald's.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then, you're sleeping on your grandma's sofa. But then it's like, nah, I got to do this because I got to keep up. And I got to keep up. The next thing you know, it's like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? What did I do?
Circles.
They're going in circles instead of sacrifice and saying, listen, I'm going to sacrifice now. I'm going to struggle now. But it's going to be better in the long run. It's
100%.
It's a big difference. You know what I mean? You got another comment here. It says, during incarceration, we have the Wise Men University or the Foolish Men Playground, both under the same roof, but you have to choose your way. It says the acronym of jail is just another important lesson.
Wow.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, powerful. Then he also says, Kia laugh out loud. Absolutely. Like I said, it's more, again, remember the Reentry Connect podcast. Like I said, all this is from a reentry perspective. like you said, from prison to success. This is to bring knowledge, is to inform individuals of things that we may have done, we may have accomplished, that others may have done, that you can benefit off of and utilize here in the world. You can hear these stories. You can definitely take them and run with them. Run these stories back, download them, share them. This is some good information because we're laughing, but then we also showing little seriousness. Hey, this is what to expect and things like that. And that's what this platform is all about. It's not about no big eyes and little U's and things like that. When people reach out, I try to make the time. I try to, because we all have busy schedules. Let's face it. And at the same time, it's like, okay, like you said, if you're reaching somebody. Now, sometimes on the flip side of that is, okay, if we have a classroom of 30 people and you reach one person, what about the other 30? You understand what I'm saying?
And
so
unfortunately,
now,
that's what's happening.
And eventually, you understand? So if you have a classroom of the 30, but you only reach one, the other 30 can't just go astray. So that's the reason why the persistence kick in. You got to keep teaching. Okay, this one got it. Okay, we got to keep working. You got to keep going. So even if it is an uphill battle, you just got to keep fighting and keep pushing through until you make a big impact. To whereas them other people that you made an impact on impacts others around them. Sort of like the crowdfunding effect.
Yes.
Sort of like a MLM marketing effect. You know what I mean? But other than that, I know we piggybacking, but man, this is a good conversation. That I know a lot of people are going to benefit off of. You really bring some good insight. You bring some good knowledge. That people are really, like I said, they're on here commenting and things like that, and it's really good. And I really appreciate that, Mr. Nick.
Absolutely.
Indeed. So let me ask you this. So when you found yourself in your entrepreneurship, you found yourself gaining ground. At what point, at what point do you say, all right, I'm successful, I just want to chill, lay back, chill on my house on the hill with the boat in the backyard? At what point do you feel that way?
I'm on the grind.
you're never content of where you're at.
So like even right now, like my schedule, I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm jumping right into my studies. I study from 5:30 in the morning till 10 a.m. 4.5 hours. Wow. I'm not looking at my phone, but I didn't just get, like you said, I just didn't get here like that. It's taken time, and that's the thing, is because I have this, like people need to know that there's success, and everyone always says a lot of money, right? But what is a lot of money? But I'm talking success in my relationships, success in my health, success in my business, success in my giving, all areas of my life. I want success, and that's what I want to give to the community that share the same background as I do, because we just had a comment saying about don't let someone's impression like dictate your, what is it? Never let other people's impression of you become your reality. So Dwayne, that's very true.
Yeah.
So man, I if I could have one hope, I hope the viewers come back to this video with paper. That way they're writing stuff down.
There you go.
Because people's impression or people's opinion of me, of who I used to be or who I am right now, it's not real, and I don't care. The only thing that I care about is building my character.
Yes, indeed. That's it.
So I don't care about what other people are saying or what they think about me. I don't have time for that. I'm building my character, becoming a better man, a better successful man.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Again, as I always share, your character is everything. People, that's how a person should be judged. You shouldn't be judged by the color of your skin, but by the content of someone's character. Your character will get you in high places. A good name is far better than pearls. It's far better than gold. It's far better than silver.
Absolutely.
The way you conduct yourself will really dictate what trajectory that you're on in life. So we always got to remember that our character speaks the volume.
It does. It
does.
Know,
as you said, it's always, and then going back to the perseverance, it's going to breed the success. Like you said, that Judah line not back there for nothing. Like I say, I refer to myself as an alpha. I'm a king, king of the jungle, the concrete jungle, any place here in the world. Yes, I'm a king. I'm a king's kid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to have that warrior mindset to go. You can't give up. Got to keep striving. Strive for the excellence. Strive to be somebody better. That was some real good information that you delivered there.
Through my struggles, man. Through my struggles.
Yeah, to them struggles. I'm telling you, man. People don't know. I used to have to wake up, man. I was working at this place, smacking the hood. I used to have to wake up like 3 a.m. just to get to work on time, walking, smack through the hood. Had to, rain, hell, sleep, snow, but people don't know that's what it took. That's what it took. And but I thank God, it's only by His mercy. It's only His grace and mercy. So.
Not to cut you off, my man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
I think, and no, I don't think I know. People only see the Hollywood.
That's it.
They don't see under the ocean. They just see that. They just see that mountain, right? So it's hard, but you know what? It's hard in prison. It's hard walking away, going home. So although life is hard, man, if you're a man, go connect yourself next week with 5 good men. If you have to go to a church, if you have to go to a homeless shelter that has men working there, if you have to get on your Facebook and, hey, I need good guys in my life feeding me. That's step number 1. If you're a young woman or if you're a woman listening to this that has the same background, go find some women that are going to breathe life into you, that are going to speak and that are going to pray over you, and that's going to give you good advice.
That's it.
You need that.
Yeah, you need that.
We need that.
And that's what it is. Building the right environment, building the right circle. And not even circle, because I always tell people that everybody in your circle is not in your corner.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? And that's huge. And a lot of people don't understand that you can't, invite everybody to your table, nor can you go and sit at everybody's table, because everybody's table just may not be for you.
Yeah.
It may not be what you thought it was going to be. It may not be the peach cobbler that you seen on the TV. You know what I mean? It may not be that turkey that you saw, on that commercial.
Yeah.
That might not be that.
100.
But that's the reason why we're accountable for our own actions. We're accountable of who we allow to be in our company. Because misery does love company.
Oh yeah, that's why it stays for me.
That's it. Misery will come around you, and we all have our days. We all, we get upset sometimes. Like I know I do. I'll be sometimes if something changes my Mr. D probably know this. Like if something changes of the way something's supposed to go precisely, oh man, I'll be Now I just go somewhere else, but it's something I got to work on. I got to understand. Look, the world doesn't evolve around me. The world doesn't, just say, okay, when Keenan is going to do this, Keenan's going to do that, and if it changes, Keenan's going to get upset. No, it's not like that. So, but it's something that I'm learning. You know what I mean? Each and every day. So, but yeah. So I know we coming up on that 10-minute mark. So this is definitely good, man. We definitely got to have another.
There'll be part 2.
We're going to have some more part 2. People are enjoying this, really, really. And I just want to ask before we go, if there is one thing, couple things that you can share to the viewers right now that's listening, because you have some that are in prison, you have some that are in halfway houses, you have some that are on the stream right now. If there's one thing that you can state to anybody, any man, woman, youth, young girl, young boy, what would you say? Would you like to say that after I read this comment, or I can read this comment afterwards?
Let's stay with this.
Okay.
So the individuals who are coming out, so the individuals that are still doing time right now, don't try to make up time. Don't try to, I got to go do this, I got to go do that, I got to do this, and trying, you know what I'm talking about, trying to make up time. That time that you've done, you've already done it. Yeah. Don't come home thinking that you have to make up for the time. If your kids and man, how I covered my kids in prayer. If you have kids at home, they're still going to love you. They're still going to accept you when you come home. You don't have to try to make up time. Because I say that because some people get in their mind that they have to do anything and everything that they have to go get money, and that's a lie. Mm-hmm. To the individuals who are just coming out, whether it be this year, whether it be the last 18 months, keep on striving. Keep on striving, keep on struggling. Read self-help books. My success, and if I can, I'd like to share some of my success at the end. But my success, I give it to my books, because I read and I apply it. I read it, I understand it, and then I apply it. I come up with a plan. Now, it's easy to say that up here, right? But even when we're down there, you gotta go through it. If you want, it's all up to you. I'll say this to both free and individuals that are still in. Whatever your mind can see and believe, your mind will achieve. Whatever the way that you think and whatever you want, it does not matter about your past. Whatever you want, if your mind can see it and you believe it, it will come.
It will come.
It will come.
It will come.
You want to go back to that?
We appreciate that. I know, well, we appreciate that. You just shared some powerful jewels right there. And I'm quite sure people are listening right now and are taking heed to that. That really means a lot, man, because you don't hear a lot of success stories, but you don't hear a lot of the struggles as well. See, some people come out, some people may have found some great success, but they don't turn around and try to give back, not necessarily monetarily, but more so with the information. Hey, be encouraged. Hey, listen, this is how you can start this just in case, so we appreciate it a lot. But yeah, we can go back to the comments. He said Hollywood and idols, vanity, all vanity, testing the spirit. Go by the ultimate counselor, the gift inside of you. God bless you, brothers. Brother Scott, he was on here the other day. Bayak says the love of life. Mr. D, he says time is one thing that you can't get back. He said it's waste for no man. Absolutely. Then you got Scott Record said there's no time in heaven or earth as it is in heaven. Absolutely. We appreciate that, Scott. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. I know we're coming up on his mark now, but we're definitely going to have a part 2. We're going to definitely be sharing more different resources. Again, the Reentry Connect podcast, is bringing awareness, is bringing information, keeping people informed, giving people hope, setting to be inspirations to other people and individuals that may not have too much hope. They may be feeling down. They may be going through a depressing moment, but needed this video or this talk to more so uplift their spirit. So that's what we're here for. So feel free to reach out to us. Mr. Nick, if you could go ahead and give your accolades and how can you be reached, whether email address or whatever the case may be, because somebody may want to reach out and speak to you one-on-one.
For sure.
Guidance.
For sure. So am I able to, after this is up, drop a link with my email?
Yeah, you can drop it. Yeah. And you can even drop it in the chat too, and I can post it up there.
Okay.
It's totally up to you. Yeah, you can drop it in the chat now if you want it, but you can always do it afterwards as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll post that afterwards. But yeah, definitely shoot me an email. I will respond accordingly. I'm a pretty busy man, but I definitely I'm here for someone, that one individual, right? I'm here for that individual that's hitting brick wall after brick wall and brick wall.
Yeah.
That wants to be something different, right? Because whatever your mind can see, it will come.
It will come. Yes, indeed. You speak it into that atmosphere. You see it, you believe it. You dream those dreams. It's the visions. The visions will come. That's why they send the older. They send the wise. Yes, the younger ones will have the visions, but a lot of times you need the wise people to teach you things that you haven't been through yet. You know what I mean? So that's why it goes hand in hand in a lot of ways. But we can share more of that wisdom. But without further ado, like I said, it's Keenan Hudson, your host for Reentry Connect podcast, From Prison to Success. Mr. Nick Lozano, we appreciate you having you on this podcast tonight. But we're definitely going to end it here. So we're just telling everybody, just have a good rest of your day or a good rest of your evening. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Be on time for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a powerful show as well. Actually, 2 shows. It's going to be one at 7 and one at 8 EST. So again, I'm just so excited of the things we do. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Mr. Nick, you can tell everybody good night. Peace. Give your
guys.
Farewells for the night.
Appreciate y'all. Keep your head up, guys. We in this together.